Pirates, Deadman here with episode 3 of Deadman's Diary. Let's talk about releasing music. I released a song last week called Alive. If you haven't heard it, I'll put a link below in the description. You can check it out. It's a statement piece of the catalog that I'm going to be releasing this year. So check out Alive. I've got another song coming out that's a little bit different vibe. You know, everything that I've released, the last 3 releases have been kind of like heavier dubstep, D&B type tunes. I just wanted to release something cool and special for my birthday that's different than the norm because, you know, why not? Also, I've got the release bug, meaning I'm having so much fun like creating content for a release. Well, actually, let me just stop right there and give you a little bit of context. So for the last couple of years, every year, my New Year's resolution has been, I'm going to release a song every month this year. And it has not happened. You can tell by the release history of my discography on like Spotify. It's only been like a few songs here and there, but mostly because I wasn't ready to actually take that step and make that commitment. At the time, I was like trying to make the commitment saying, I'm going to do it. Like I'm going to create a song and release it every month, which is stressful. There's multiple times that I tried, but I was like super in my head about a lot of different elements of the project. Number one being like the consistency and the branding and as far as like feeling like I didn't have like my own sound and like trying to figure that out. And so it was very stressful trying to like make that happen. I was making a lot of music, writing all the time, but never had, I wasn't able to get to a finishing point with those songs, actually put them out. What I didn't realize is that process was me just kind of like vetting through all of my insecurities about releasing music and procrastinating to do that. And at the same time was me learning how to make the music that I now love and I have ready to release and feel very proud of. So anyway, all that to say, this year, 2022, releasing a song every month. Now, a couple of things that I have been learning and thinking about in this process. Number one, no matter when you start, everybody starts at 0 plays, right? And I've been doing this project now, the Deadman project, for about a long time, right? But even though I've had the name, I've had the title, and I've been working on different parts of the project, like the branding or learning how to create the music that I want, it hasn't come to a place where I can see the full picture up until around this year, okay? And so that's something to consider with your project, is that even though that there may be a long timestamp on the project, you may still be figuring out what it's supposed to be. And now I'm in a place where I feel like I know what I want Deadman to be, and I'm pursuing that myself, and also pursuing building my own network and my own presence online so that when I release my own music, there's a place for it to land. I think that as, you know, we have to do our due diligence, and sending your music off to, you know, labels and people like that and stuff like that. I've done that over the years. I'm still doing it this year, but I'm not really getting any bites. The music I make is not very mainstream, and that is cool, and I like it because it's my own style, it's my own vibe. But the consequence of like being authentic in that way means that not everybody likes it, and even the niche labels, right? If I don't do it your way, then you're not going to be behind my project. And so that's something that I've learned. Also, for better or worse, I like having control over every element of my project right now, because I still feel like, regardless of like how long I've been working at it, regardless of how many people I've worked with for music promotion or the artwork or like mixing and mastering, at the end of the day, it all gets in the way right now because I don't feel like I've gotten to a place where I can hand over the keys and like bring somebody in and like really work with it. That could be just me being a lone wolf, but for right now, it's good because it gives me insight into exactly what I'm gonna need those people on my team to do when it's time to bring other people in. Back to the original point. Now we have the context. One thing that I'm learning is the best way to get things done is to set a hard deadline and have a checklist of things that you want to do for each release. So for me, as far as like creative wise, that is like actually finish the song and get it to a place where I'm proud of it. Create the artwork for the song, and then create your visual elements. So visualizers for promoting on Instagram and YouTube, and also like content ideas for TikTok, like all of that, and any other social media platform you want to push on. All of that goes into like release preparation. It's something I try to think about ahead of time. Sometimes you do it on the go, but ultimately that's my checklist I'm going through. So when I set my hard deadline and set a release date, I start working on these pieces. Even when I don't feel like it, just going through and getting them done. Because at this point, with a lot of my music, it's not about going back in and like finding a new angle and recreating it. It's just that this year, I have to put it out. I have to put my work out in front of people so that they have a chance to interact with my art, and then there's a chance to grow. Now, something else I'm working on, I talked about building my social presence or my online presence so that there's a place for that music to land. There's a lot of effort going into social media and even something like this so that all plays in together. But ultimately, it's just about taking the steps and doing the things. A helpful tip that I have for all of you releasing music, I saw an Instagram ad for this website called Playlister.club. And also, this is not promotional content. This is just me sharing my experience. But I signed up for this website. It's subscription-based. And it allows you to promote one song at a time or multiple songs depending on your subscription tier. And then the website will take your music and put it in front of playlisters, and so that they can like select your music and add it into their playlist. Let me tell you what, it's so worth the investment. I have had a great response to multiple of my songs, and even with it being like not kind of normal, I think I'm starting to catch a stride, and that's really helpful. So check out Playlister.club, and hey, if you work for Playlister.club and you see this video, hit me up. Let's make some content together. I hope that this video makes sense. A lot of thoughts rolling around in the old brain, but Deadman is here to share in the diary. Keep creating, stay strong, remain authentic, keep being a pirate, and keep being as dashing as you are. Deadman.